Christian when they're denying the existence of Jesus. That tells me something. For those who aren't as, it's not an issue, that's fine, but those who are Christians will understand why that I guess that should be top of the list. It bothers me, but as far as the spiritual side of it. So that's why I don't trust them. And that's why I recommend extreme caution when you're dealing with them. Extreme caution. Treat an encounter like you would a bear encounter, something like that. Don't run, but leave the area immediately if you encounter them, or if they're doing they're whooping and beating on trees and throwing rocks at you and doing all the stuff that they like to do to scare you. Like Steve Ishdahl says, if they wanted to get you, they'd get you. And you never hear them coming, and it'd be over. So if you're getting a display, then they want you out of the area. And trust me, nothing's worth your life. I mean, you can always find another camp spot. I've done it. I've gone hunting before and been running out of an area and gone somewhere else. Same thing with camping. I've gone to do a remote camping one time on this lake and pulled into an area, and it was a beautiful day, beautiful place, and got out. Man, it was just, you could just feel it in the air. It was hanging in the air. The pressure, the bad atmosphere, the bad sixth sense was just like, this ain't the place. And so packed up and went somewhere else. Found another spot, felt great, and had a good time. So just I always called it following my gut. I think, it's a God-given thing, and I follow my gut, and I encourage you to do the same. But regardless of where you're at in this thing, whether you're someone who's been dealing with them for 30 years and feel comfortable, or someone who just had one encounter, treat them with respect, understand what you're dealing with, and just be careful. Just be careful. I get a lot of emails that, like I said, people still can't wrap their head around what we're dealing with. And so they ask questions that they're bothersome because the people are just ignorant and naive about what they're dealing with. So I want to do this. This kind of answers a few of the emails that I've been getting. Are they dangerous? Are they in this area? Let me say this. Yeah, a lot of people write me saying, I'm coming to the mountains. Are they in these areas? They're just about anywhere in the smoke. You could encounter, it's just like a bear. In the Great Smoky Mountains, you can encounter a bear just about anywhere in the mountains. It's their habitat. And it's the same thing for the Sasquatch. Just have it in your mind, be prepared, know what to do, don't panic. Most of the time, remember, they're people watchers. So what they're going to do is they're going to come to the edge. Like if there's a big campground, a lot of children playing, a lot of noise, they're going to come to the edge, sit and observe and watch. That's 99.9% of the time what they're doing. And then, every now and then somebody accidentally catches one, or out in the open, or one decides it's time it's going to show itself to the children or whatever. And all I'm saying is beware. When your children are playing, keep them, close to you where you can see them, because I'm telling you, if there's bears there, you definitely want to do that anyway. There are predators in the Great Smoky Mountains Park, regardless of what the National Park Service says, okay? They're there. And I'm not saying don't go. What I'm saying is just when you go into an area, you see a sign that says, be alert, there's been bears sighted in the area, then you keep your kids close. All right, kids, we're going to play right here. And you're going to have adult supervision on those children all times. And it's the same thing if you're going into an area. I'm just sweating. It's a good sweat, though. Good. It feels good. Just get out here and sweat. I'm stretching the far out of There's a picnic table out here. It's made of concrete. Every now and then they just place one in a nice spot, for you to rest at. And I've got a mosquito that's trying his best about this camera. He just can't understand why he can't sink his little mitts into it. I've got bug spray all over me. I bathed in it. Already got a couple ticks off of me. Well, actually, I got a dead tick because he had already dosed himself up on the DEET and was just hanging off the hairs on my leg. So, but, go where you want to go in the park, and trust your gut. I mean, like if you go into a picnic grounds and it feels wrong and your gut's screaming at you and you feel like you're being watched, go to another picnic area. There's gazillions. trust me, or go to another spot. Maybe pick a spot in a different area. I mean, most of these picnic areas are huge. So, if you're old, you can go a quarter of a mile and still be in the same one. So if you go to one side and, there's something creepy in the woods, go to the other. So, it's not a throw up your hands, all us lost thing. It's a common sense, and just, just know that, you can encounter a Sasquatch just about they can live just about anywhere, just like people. And just remember that. Their population is, I think, growing and a lot larger than many people realize, and would be shocked if we actually knew the exact number. And so anyway, I hope you all have a good Father's Day. I hope I look better. I feel better, and like I said, I'm exercising. I got some checking my legs again for ticks. I'm going to spray one more time, but that's, ticks are just like everything else. Mosquitoes, just spray and go on. But y'all have a good time out there. Use some common sense. You trust your gut. And I will talk to you later. This may be too long. I've got to do that. I've got that video, where the backyard goes silent. It's pretty cool because it just goes dead. And for about 3 hours, and then turn the light switch on, everything comes back alive later. And it's just interesting, just the video, because you can, I'm sitting there on my back deck in a city, and except for air conditioners cutting off and on, it's it's dead. I mean, just like it happens in the forest, no different. Everything turned off, including the wind. And so that phenomenon can happen even in us, anywhere. We all think that happens out in the woods. Well, guess what? It can happen in the city. It can happen in a little town. Whenever these things show up or something like that, something shows up, even, the birds, the crickets, they all react regardless of where they're at. There's no such thing as a city cricket and a country cricket. They're all just crickets. So anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. I've got an hour to hop back out, and then I'm going to go get me something. I'm thinking about making stuffed bell peppers. And there's one of those false yellow jackets. They got a head they're a fly is what they are, but they're colored like a yellow jacket. To kind of one of God's little things to keep them from, protection. And off he goes. As soon as they smell that deed on me, they take off. Anyway, everybody have a good Father's Day. Have a good weekend, and God bless you. And again, thank you everybody who sent me emails and left positive and comments. I really appreciate it. I do. I'm overwhelmed. It's just you just don't realize if you feel alone and you feel like no one cares. I mean, that's the old woe is me thing. Sometimes everybody gets that, and then the response like I had happens, and it's just amazing. It is amazing, and I appreciate it, everybody. I really do. And again, thank you guys, and appreciate you. And we'll talk to you later. This is the soul monster of the Black Lagoon-ish. This algae moss, whatever it is, on top of the water. Something to jump out and get you. Look at that. The whole Land Lake pond right there. Nasty.